Hi, Sarah. I was so excited to see you and Roxy were on my schedule today.
Yeah, we're glad to be here. Of course, she's full of her energy. She's doing good, especially since we found a food I think that she likes. You know, she was itchy several months ago, and she's a lot better. Just don't see her doing as much itching anymore.
Okay. Well, what made her not itch?
Well, I think I found a food that doesn't have ingredient X. I think she was actually allergic to that.
Oh, but she's better now.
Yep, she's really improved a lot. Very little itching.
Great, I'm so glad to hear that. Did you bring that list of foods in that
I
we
did.
asked you about?
Yeah, they asked me to do the front desk.
And treats?
Yes, that's got food and treats.
Oh, thanks for doing that.
I've explored all of those.
Excellent. I hear that you think she's allergic to that ingredient X and that she's doing better now that you found a different food.
Yeah.
It's a really common belief that dogs are allergic, and when we make a diet change, sometimes the itchiness may go away. Most of the time, when I see pets that come to me with a concern about food allergy, most of the time it's not true. And that's the great good news, because if they're truly allergic, food allergic, that's quite rare. It's much more common to have other sources of allergies, but when we figure out if she's not food allergic, so rule it out, it can be freeing. It can offer up so many more choices, and you won't have to be searching so hard to find a food that avoids something. So it's worth a little time to rule that out. I looked at the choices that you provided here, the foods that you've been trying to figure out what causes that itchiness, and I will never question your observations. You live with her every day, you know what she's doing and how she's feeling, but I always question conclusions. You feed her something or you try something and she gets better, and it may or may not be because of that thing. It's just human nature. We make a change, we see something, we think it's linked. These over-the-counter foods, these are foods that you can purchase at a regular pet food store, are not manufactured in a way to let us determine if she's truly allergic to that food. Just like on your candy bar, it will give a little warning, manufactured in a facility that also makes things with tree nuts. If you were allergic, you'd want to avoid that for the chance of any exposure to nuts getting into your candy bar.
Sure.
The same thing is true for these foods. Even though they're a great quality, they will switch from one flavor when they're manufacturing to the next one, so it might have little bits or little amounts of that ingredient that you're worried about.
There could be contamination.
So, well, it's safe because it's still a great quality unless the dog is truly allergic. Like I said, thankfully, food allergies are really not as common as most people believe.
Okay.
So I'm quite confident. You gave me a list of treats. Does she still enjoy treats?
She sure does.
Which one's her favorite?
Well, that one on the very end of the list.
This one here? Does she get that every day?
Just about, yeah.
And she's getting it now when you said she's not itching very much?
Yeah, she got some today.
That's fantastic news, because if that treat actually has the ingredient you're worried about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, and that happens all the time. It's in such tiny little print, and so she's been getting that food or the ingredient that you were so worried about. I'm quite confident that she doesn't have a food allergy as the source, and I'm so glad to hear she's been doing better. Right now, I don't think we have to worry about a special food. What was she eating before?
Well, she was eating something that I could get at the grocery store. It was a complete and balanced food.
Okay, so again, I think that we could challenge and go back to that food, but if you're really worried about that ingredient, we can continue on the food that you're feeding right now. Her body condition is great, it's meeting her needs, and we can avoid that, but I don't think you need to worry so much.
Okay, great. Thank you.